it might finally be time to upgrade when the iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max comes out. It's going to be announced on September the 12th. So, a couple exciting things. The things we're looking at as far as upgrades, we're looking at possible titanium frame for the Pro model. They may even take away the mute switch and give us an action button, which I'm actually really excited about that. I wasn't too crazy, but the thing is my Apple Watch Ultra has that action button on it, and I actually really like it because you can do certain programmable functions. This is something we've seen in the Android world for quite a while. I don't know if that's confirmed. Of course, no rumors are really confirmed until the announcement happens, but I would love to see that. Instead of having a mute switch, could you imagine just pushing a little button for do not disturb, or maybe to open up the camera or something like that? That would be really cool. That would be a nice feature that I would like to see. Another reason that it might be a good idea to upgrade is there's a new chip coming out. So the new chip that we'll get with the iPhone 15 Pro, Pro Max, I don't think we're going to see it in the 15 series. I think they're going to use another version of this last year's chip, which is what they did with the iPhone 14, which I really did not care for at all. Like, why are we buying a new phone with last year's chip in it, right? But here's the other thing. They're so powerful, the chips are so good that they don't really need a new one every year. So I'm like, well, there's two sides to the story, but when you buy a brand new expensive phone, you want the latest and greatest in it, right? I'm really excited about this new chip because the A16 bionic processor that's in the iPhone 14 Pro Max hasn't been that great for me. It's had a lot of issues, and I think that combined with the programming iOS 16, it caused me a lot of headaches. I quit using the phone. I just waiting for the new one to come out. So I'm hoping that this new chip will fix some of those issues, but then if we do end up passing last year's Pro Series chip to this year's iPhone 15, I hope it doesn't cause any issues there. So we'll have to see what happens, but we're expecting a new chip, slimmer bezels. So we're supposed to have slimmer bezels around the screen. They're already pretty minimalistic. Like, there's not a whole lot there. When you look around the edges, there's going to be a thinner gap. So, I mean, that's cool, but titanium, higher price tag, maybe an action button, the new telescopic periscope camera. I'm excited about this. It's something we've had in Android for a few years, and it's really cool. It's what enables the S23 Ultra to reach out and do the super zoom 100 times, all that stuff. We're not going to get 100 times with the iPhone, but there have been times where I've really wanted a little bit extra reach out and touch something, and I think it's a good time to finally get this upgrade. So you have the regular telephoto, and then you have these periscope telephotos that allow you to zoom like super far, and I'm excited about that. We've seen it in a lot of other phones, and it's given you some extra capabilities when it comes to the camera department. So if we can get telescopic periscope camera, titanium, possibly an action button, thinner bezels, new chip, and the biggest thing everybody's been excited and talking about for months, USB-C. So we've got the wonderful Lightning port on the bottom of the current iPhone. If we get a USB-C, that would be so nice. You can already do it with like your iPad Pro and things like that. You can use the same charging cable. That would be really nice. So if we go into this new phone, I don't normally say, okay, year over year upgrade. Yeah, not usually that big of a deal. But when you talk about adding in all these features, that's kind of a lot that's missing from the iPhone, even the 14 Pro Max, which I have. And I'm really excited about the prospect with iOS 17, the new chipset. I want to get away from the iPhone 14 Pro Max as quickly as possible. Now, the iPhone 13 Pro Max, this right here, it's my wife's phone. It's been a great phone. She loves it. The 13 Pro and Pro Max are probably the best iPhones I think they've ever made. I got such good battery life, never had any issues with it, and it was such a good phone. It still is such a good phone. So that's another thing. You might not want to upgrade. And this is kind of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde argument. The thing with iPhones are they last for years and years and years. I mean, these things are supported 5, 6, 7 years forever, right? So when you look at the iPhone 13 Pro Max, this is a great phone. You could continue using this another 2 or 3 years with absolutely no issues. So if you want to hang on to your current phone, there's definitely no real reason to upgrade. But if you want to, if you're on a 2-year contract cycle or a 2-year installment upgrade cycle with your carrier, things like that, this could be a good time to go ahead and venture out and get the new one, especially if you like to have the latest and greatest. If you want to test out and try some of these new features that we're supposedly getting, which of course will be confirmed on September the 12th. Now, of course, I'm not invited to the event. I'm sure they've seen plenty of my videos. But I like iPhones to an extent. I respect them. I appreciate them. I think that they make some really good phones and hardware, generally. And there's so many people out there that like them. So I don't want to be like, no, they suck. iPhones don't suck. It's just not my preferred platform. However, I still buy them. I use them to record my videos with. And if we get some upgrades in that department, I'll be really excited, especially if we get any changes to the selfie camera. I don't think we're getting a new selfie camera, but if we do, I've always gone out and bought them, especially when we get a new selfie camera, because I record all my videos for my YouTube channel with the selfie camera on the iPhone. So I think that there are enough reasons to be excited about the event, and it'll be nice to see what happens and what gets announced on September 12th, other than just, it's the fastest iPhone we've ever made. It's the best iPhone we ever made. Like, I always joke about that, and I'll be tweeting about it during the event. It's funny because they use those same catchphrases every year. Most powerful processor ever in an iPhone. It's like Tim Cook just reuses the same script. Like, yes, we know. You could say the same thing about Samsung. Yeah, the best processor ever in a Samsung, the best camera ever, all that stuff. So I'm expecting to see some meaningful changes, though. I really wasn't impressed with the upgrades to the iPhone 13 or the 14 series. Yeah, we've got Dynamic Island up at the top, and that's going to be in more phones, but I really don't feel like that's really changed the iPhone experience so much that I just needed to go get a new one. But I'm looking forward, if these things actually happen, if we get this new telescopic camera, if we get the new USB-C, like, I would love USB-C. What I would also love is for them to put a SIM card back in it. I really do not like eSIM, and it really irks me that it's only here in the US. Like, maybe we might see some sort of an expansion outside the US to a larger area where it's eSIM only. I don't like this whole eSIM thing. It's been a headache this entire last year, and for me as a tech reviewer, and I change phones all the time, it's kind of annoying and difficult to like have to go to the carrier, get a QR code, switch it out, and then you're stuck with that phone for however long. So, especially for folks who like to travel and things like that, having the ability to pop a SIM card in whenever you need to, switch to a different carrier, especially if you have an unlocked phone, there are a lot of virtues and benefits to that. So I don't expect to see any backward movement in this department. I think that they're trying to push this and get all carriers basically to move over to this eSIM model, but that's kind of annoying. So I'm fully expecting still eSIM only, but to get USB-C, that would be nice. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but if we can get rid of the mute switch and turn it into an action button, there were some rumors that they might get rid of the volume buttons and turn it into like a haptic touch sensor. I don't really see that happening. And from all the other rumors I looked at, it looks like that might be pushed back further down the road. But if we get titanium, I would love that. I would love to have a lighter iPhone because I think that they're too heavy. But yeah, getting titanium, smaller bezels, new telescopic camera, USB-C, possible action button. Like, there's enough out there. I'm excited about the event, and I can't wait to see whether these things are confirmed or not. But what I do fully expect also is a price increase. I think that if they add all this stuff in there, we can't help but see a price increase. And you may have just heard some thunder in the background, which is amazing. Up until this morning, today is the first time it's rained here in Houston since July the 7th. Like, this is the longest drought period we've ever had in history. My son's been texting me all morning like, it's going to rain, it's going to rain, it's raining. And that's exciting. I'm more excited about the rain, honestly, than probably the iPhone. But it'll be nice. Of course, I'll get my wife the new one because she's on the 2-year payment plan installment agreement upgrade cycle with AT&T. So she's going to get the new phone. I'll probably get it because, of course, I cover these things and I want to make some videos for those of you who are interested, who follow my channel. But those are kind of my thoughts. I think there will be some meaningful upgrades, which will be nice. And I think that we will probably see a price increase, which kind of sucks, but is what it is at this point, I guess. So that's all I've got in this video. Go ahead and wrap this one up. Hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your Labor Day weekend. If you have any questions or comments, please, of course, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. As always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys next time.